Hello sewers, my strip set is finished, and as you can see I've got one end where I've tried to keep it level so that I don't lose too much, and then the other end is where all my numbers are, and that allows me, if I'm only making one strip set at a time, to be able to copy the same thing again. Now the next step is to join strip 16 and strip 1 together to make a tube. And to do that, you just need to make sure that you've got no lumps and bumps. And I'm just going to move across where I've got a little bit more room, and then I'll sew that together. So I've sewn the final seam, 1 to 16. Now we just need to press this one to set the seam, set the stitches into the fabric, and we don't do anything else. There's no direction for that one. We just make the direction as we need it. Alright, so let's get the iron out of the way. The next step is to cut, and this is our what we call our cross cutting. So you can see now we have a tube of fabric, and we've got our 16 pieces in there, and you can see this end has my numbers. We leave the tube this way round, and this is the end that has the other selvages that I've tried to match as close as possible. And this is where I start doing my cross cutting. So you can fold this if you want to. I'll just leave it laid out like this. So step 1 is to give yourself a straight edge. So you need your rotary cutter, you need your ruler. Sorry, just trying to get that out from under my ironing mat. And then you need to work out a straight line. Now I'm going to use the edge of what I've just sewn on my first line here, and then I'm going to try to remove as little as possible. I'm going to find the widest selvage. This is the end that's got where you can see the marks. I think it's basically in the tulle, the wider one. So I'm going to line up my ruler, and I'm lining up with the bottom of the mat as well. I've got this lined up, my ruler lined up with that bottom line. I'm going to slide across until I'm reaching those dots. The last one I can see, and hopefully on the other side that'll be okay. So that takes me very close to that 4-inch mark. See if I can get across to 4 1/4. Yeah, I've got a couple that'll be in the seam if I go to 4 1/4. I'm going to go to the 4 1/4. So lining up at the bottom, lining up at the top, lining on that 4 1/4 mark. My fabric's straight. My ruler shifted again. Okay, let's keep this in place. So I do have a habit of my ruler sliding. And then to give myself a straight edge to start with, I'll cut this part off. Okay, so hopefully that'll be not much more waste than that, other than my other selvage down the other end. And then I need to turn this around because that's my straight edge, and I'm right-handed, so I need to turn it round. And I'm hoping I'm still in camera. I'll tuck this all up just to try and make sure I'm around the middle there. So I've got a nice straight edge there, which I can see. If I line this up here, I line it up there, I've got a really good straight edge. lining top and bottom. Get my ruler, and we want 2.5 inch cuts, the same as our strip. So take it across, line up that 2.5 inch on my straight edge. Now as you cut, you might find your straight edge is gone, so you might have to re-straighten. Take as little as possible if you do. That's on the 2.5. Put that on there to hold that still. 2.5, and then I cut. And we do this, that's called our cross cut, and we do that as many times as we can. And the cross cut looks like this. And when you're ready to sort it into where you want it, then you can turn it out so you can see your colours. But in the meantime, just leave them all sitting in a stack and don't do anything with them. And you don't have to cross cut everything at once. You can just work on one section at a time, 3 or 4 at a time, and just cut so that you don't damage your shoulder. Now I'm not going to finish cutting all those by hand. I'm going to use my AccuQuilt because that's much easier and much quicker. Doesn't take anywhere near as long. Right, thank you for watching, and then I'll show you the next step when I'm up to it. Bye.